signed a petition backing Justice Swaminathan, and they are claiming that the opposition is attempting political browbeating against the independence of the judiciary. This is a very significant development, even as the Deepam Row hearing continues in the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court. Now, 56 former judges have come out in support of Justice Swaminathan. In solidarity, the judges have written together against the 107 MPs who have now submitted an impeachment notice against Justice Swaminathan in the parliament during the winter session against his judgment in the Deepam Row controversy. The judges have now claimed that this is nothing but a brazen attempt at political browbeating. There's also a letter attached along with those 56 signatures on this story. I have my colleague Sharda joining us live on the broadcast with more details. Sharda, do tell us about the letter that these 56 judges have together put out in support of Justice Swaminathan.
Well, after the India Alliance signed out telling an impeachment against the Madras High Court Judge G.R. Swaminathan, now 56 judges have come in support, telling that they support Judge G.R. Swaminathan's and also his judgment. And there's a form that's been submitted by all 56 judges saying that they are in favor of Justice G.R. Swaminathan and they agree that his rule for this Tripura Row has been right. And this form also has lawyers and advocates and also Supreme Court judges and the Madras High Court judges supporting Judge G.R. Swaminathan. And however, the DMK and the India Alliance still stand strong on telling that they want impeachment against Judge G.R. Swaminathan because they find that his judgments and his statements against this Tripura Row has been in favor of Hindus and saying that he's siding with one religion and is not looking into what the Muslims and the Dargah committee had to say is what the main accusation that the India Alliance is keeping against Judge G.R. Swaminathan.
Indeed, Sharda, and there is a lot of outrage, ladies and gentlemen, coming in. Let me also read out some of the excerpts, Sharda, and if you can also take us through those excerpts coming in. The judges, 56 judges together, have written the following. They say that we, the former judges, have taken a serious exception to the attempt being made by certain members of parliament against Justice Swaminathan. They say this is a brazen attempt to browbeat judges who do not fall in line with the ideological and political expectations of a particular section of the society. The letter also reads that it may be recalled that during the dark period of the emergency, the then government adopted various mechanisms, including suppression, to penalize judges who refused to toe the line. And now the judges are also saying that this present move is not an isolated aberration. It fits into a clear and deeply troubling pattern in our recent constitutional history, where sections of a political class have sought to discredit and intimidate the higher judiciary whenever outcomes do not align with their interests. These are some strong words coming in, Sharda, from 56 former judges, which includes various judges of the Supreme Court and various high courts across the country. Do tell us about the significant political implications, because DMK has been one of the opposition parties that has led this effort of moving an impeachment notice against Justice Swaminathan. 107 of them, including Uddhav Sena in Maharashtra, also supporting them together. What are the implications now? The judges are clearly saying that a political class which feels that their expectations are not being met by the judiciary, they are now trying to politically browbeat the judiciary, something that Home Minister Amit Shah also said recently in the Lok Sabha.
That's very true, because we started as a legal fight between the petitioner and the judge and also the lawyer who says that he is in for the religious endowments and also saying that he makes sure that there will not be fight. It started as a legal fight in Madurai but ended up being a political battle because on December 3rd, the BJP party with their leaders tried to enter the temple after following the judge's order with the CRPF with them. They tried to light the lamp. However, the state police continued to stop them, and which then later came into a political battle, whereas DMK pointing out, telling that BJP is trying to instigate the communal harmony in the Tripura Hill, saying that the people in Madurai are not happy with the decision made by the judge. However, it is different. As we came to the ground, we saw people want to light the lamp. Yesterday, multiple people in Tripura speaking to Republic said that they are in for the judge's opinion to light the lamp on the Deepatun, whereas the DMK says otherwise. And the police and the district administration went against the court order. And also, we can say that it is with the backing of the DMK in power, because the HRNC, the department works under MK Stalin and the Minister Shekhar Babu, who has ordered them to not let the lamp lighting to happen on the December 3rd and December 4th. And with this, with the judge's order on December 3rd and 4th was not followed by the entire the state police or the collectorate of the Madurai. Now it is when there is multiple contempts against with Judge G.R. Swaminathan's statement and orders. And now today, those allegations and the appeals will also be heard.
Thank you, Sharda, for joining us. Stay with us because, ladies and gentlemen, here's a quick review of what all has happened. As we speak, there is a hearing ongoing in the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court over the Deepam Row. The ASG was making his arguments there. On the line, on the phone line now, joining me live on the broadcast is Justice Dhingra. Good afternoon, sir. You have seen what has happened with the Deepam Row. Now, 56 judges have signed a petition backing Justice Swaminathan. They are saying, and I quote an excerpt from that letter, sir, the very purpose of impeachment mechanism is to uphold integrity of the judiciary and not to convert it into a tool of arm twisting. So how do you see this move of impeachment that has been moved by the opposition MPs?
See, I am one of the signatory of the letter, so this is what we have written. And you see, this is not only arm twisting, but it is actually defaming the judiciary and attacking the institution itself. You see, if you are bringing impeachment motion on the basis of a judgment of a judge, I think where is the limit? You have crossed all limits. And you see, the impeachment is not meant for this. Impeachment is to keep the institution clean. And you are attacking the institution and threatening the judges that in case you are giving judgments against us, against a particular, community, and then we are not going to spare you and we are going to impeach you. I think this is something preposterous. And that is...
Sir, you have also cited that there is a recent pattern emerging now of browbeating judges into delivering judgments that align with a certain political class. What are you alluding to, sir? You are a signatory in this letter, and this is a very serious allegation that the honorable judges, 56 of them, have found in your wisdom, including you, sir, to raise this point of concern.
Court, when the advocates used to speak loudly and they would say, and some of advocates are saying, okay, if you are not giving me enough time, I will walk out, I won't argue. That was limited to advocates. Now this browbeating has passed over to the parliament. This is very surprising and demeaning of the parliament itself. I tell you, it is demeaning of the MPs who have signed. They have not even thought once that what they are doing, they are actually attacking the whole institution. Today, one judge, tomorrow another party and parties, MPs will rise up against another judge because of his judgment, and this will go on. So you have taken up the institution. That is not permissible under the Constitution, and that cannot be allowed. So the people must rise against this kind of browbeating and arm twisting by the MPs.
Justice Dhingra, we have often seen this happen in the Supreme Court, but now it's a sort of an threatening intimidation by these lawyers and these people that has reached the parliament. Like you rightly said, it's browbeating and pressuring tactics for judges to conform to a certain political or ideological expectation. This statement, Justice Dhingra, that you've also signed, is giving past instances of emergency and political overreach that are harming judicial independence. Can you stress on that, please, for us?
You see, never on the basis of ideology, judges have been attacked. You see, the first instance in our country of appointment on the basis of ideology was of Justice Krishna here. If you look into all his judgments, they are communist inclined. Means his ideology of communism is reflected in that, in his judgments. So when no judge can be free from his ideologies. I'm sorry, every judge has some ideology. So you cannot say, because this is an ideological judgment, we will condemn the judge and the judgment both. If you have a right to file appeal, go in appeal. You have right to file an SLP, go to Supreme Court, file an SLP. But bringing impeachment, it is, you see, something very strange that who advised them. And I know some of the MPs may be advocates also who have signed it. So this is something very demeaning and this. That is why we have given all instances of past.
Yes.
And you see, they have tried to impeach Justice Deepak Mishra because he was trying to hear Ram Janambhoomi case in a day-to-day manner. They tried to impeach, tried to threaten other judges also. So this is something very strange. We condemn this, and that is why this letter.
I also want to ask you rightly brought about the case, I remember, of Justice Mishra. Justice Dhingra, we remember in December 2018 how there were lawyers, and I named them, senior advocates Kapil Sibal, Rajiv Dhawan, in his courtroom, Dushyant Dave, and they had almost told him that if you hear the Babri case, elections are around the corner, it won't be right. Like you said, this is a growing trend we are seeing. You've also warned in this letter, targeting one judge today endangers the entire institution tomorrow. You call upon the parliament and citizens to reject such attempts.
You see, it is not attacking one judge. It is expressing their intentions of attacking every judge who gives judgment against them. So that is what is worrying. It is unthinkable that members of parliament who are represented, who are chosen to protect the constitution, they are out to destroy the constitution, one of the most, revered institution of the constitution, one where the people express their faith. They want to destroy that very institution. It is something very surprising.
And this is all being done, Justice Dhingra, and it anguishes us as well at Republic TV that this is all being done under the garb of trying to be truthful. They emphasize that this is being done only because certain judgments were made by the judge, accusing him of proven misbehavior. But to come to the parliament and to ask for his impeachment in this brazen manner, it's very clear that they are motivated.
Look, every judge has a right to give wrong judgments. That is why we have appeal system. Otherwise, if on this basis actions are taken against judges, then a magistrate, if his judgment is upset or overturned by session judge, he should be removed. Session judge whose judgment is upset by High Court, he should be removed. The High Court whose judgment is set aside by Supreme Court, he should be removed. Means this is going to that extent. The removal of a judge by parliament impeachment is not meant for that. That must be clear to the MPs. I think they should at least read Constitution of India. I call them, unread. They have not understood or read the Constitution of India.
Yes. Justice Dhingra, I would request your presence on our show once again today, later in the day, sir, if we could get a reaction from you properly, because we want the citizens to understand what the impeachment process is, what the Constitution says, and how it's brazenly being misused by these MPs. I thank you for joining us on the phone line. This is something very serious that we're going to be discussing through the day today.